Hi everyone. Hope everyone is having a good Sunday. So welcome to this stream. Basically, it's been a nice weekend so far for cryptocurrencies. The market is somewhat up, despite many people fearing what's happening. But still, in my opinion, it's still like a give and take, a very near consolidation. And we don't see yet a breakthrough, but traders can basically enter the market. And in our last stream, we managed to place some nice trade setups. And so far, they are in the money, in the green. Specifically, we spoke about Ethereum, placing a buy around $1,800. And we spoke about Ripple as well. It's close to 70 cents now. Last week, it was around 62 cents. So that's a nice, so far I can see like 7-day performance is up by 15%, and that's exactly our profit. Our take profit though was more around 72 cents. So there's still room for making more money if we opened around 60 cents. Anyway, my name is Rudy, guys. I am a portfolio manager and equity trader, and I also trade cryptocurrencies, and I'm a financial writer with CryptoTicker. And in this live stream, we're going to basically analyze what's been happening in the cryptocurrency market. Specifically, the top 10, I'm going to pick some interesting price actions. Specifically, of course, we're going to tackle Bitcoin. We're going to look at Ether. I'm going to look at BNB as well. I'm going to look at Cardano and Ripple. If you guys have any suggestion, you can basically write in the chat, and I'm gonna tackle that. So far I can see that the market cap is around 1.4 trillion, almost 1.5. Bitcoin market dominance is around 45%. Those are the key metrics that basically, whenever you want to look at the cryptocurrency market, you basically start with those numbers. Bitcoin is up by 3%, and the overall cryptocurrency market is up by almost 3% as well, 2.8. And this is a clear indication that the crypto market is heavily still affected by Bitcoin's price action. We have Ether going up by 6.3%. It's one of the good performers this week so far. We have Uniswap up by 12%. And if I want to look at the past 7 days, Ether did a very good job recovering from a $1,800 price, which is a very strong support for Ether, by the way. We have also Cardano at 1.4 currently. Ripple making also 14%. And then I have Uniswap making 30%, which is a very good performance. I'm going to look into that because I think anything that's more than 20% or 15% is worthy of looking into. So let's start. I'm going to go as always to my trading view chart. Start with Bitcoin. I have those indicators that usually show if this is a strong buy or a strong sell and what's happening in the overall market sentiment. I don't look at those figures much. Which is right here. Right now it's neutral, although it's basically a very strong buy, by the way. Some people might say that you already missed the boat, but that's nothing. Between $30,000 and $35,000 is basically nothing much. And you can still place an entry price around here, around 35,000, and place a stop loss around 30 or even 29. So let's go to the full chart. So this is our Bitcoin chart. I'm gonna open as usual a new chart just so you guys follow me when I chart. Because usually looking at someone else's chart is not very indicative of anything. It's basically just grasping information. Whereas if I take a chart and start from the beginning, I can explain as I do my charting, and it will be more, it will make sense much more. So let me open a new one. Okay, so looking at Bitcoin's 1 week chart, it is clear that the events of 2017, 2018 kind of repeated. Not in the exact same way though, because last time when prices reached around $90,000, just prices started to lose in value. But this time it seems like prices tried to continue in their strong momentum, but they failed to do so. But then they stopped around a very strong support, which is around $30,000. And if you notice right here, it managed to do so as well. So if you want to look at it from a perspective of head and shoulders, like for example, you see a pattern right here. That's the first shoulder, that's the head, and that's the right shoulder right here. This is a bit scary because usually prices tend to fall downwards usually. And if that happens, prices might definitely go back to around $20,000. And I did write an article about that, not saying that prices will definitely go to $20,000, but I spoke about why they might go to 20,000, basically because of a very strong price action. And usually in trading, you see that a previous resistance becomes a new support when prices go back to this area. So right now, it is a very crucial moment for Bitcoin. It's like basically a make it or break it kind of action. And so far, we are seeing like a steady price of around $35,000, although prices managed to go up to 40. So far, I wrote an article also on CryptoTicker's account and website, and let me show that, where I basically spoke about a potential Bitcoin price of 40,000 again. And basically prices were around 28 or $30,000 or 32 even. And here it is, Bitcoin price prediction, talking about a $40,000 price for Bitcoin. Let's skim through this one really quick. And basically we can clearly see right here a basically kind of consolidation between the $30,000 and $31,000. And then whenever prices hit this area, they quickly go back up. Another one right here, another one right here, and the whole here also, here as well. And so far they are on their way, like prices, I mean, to $40,000. So you can definitely place a buy right here at 35, and then expect a price of 40,000 soon. And that's of course if we are talking about a good sentiment in the overall crypto market. Like we don't want to see any exchange getting hacked, any country banning cryptocurrencies, China and their mishaps with minings, and the crypto community there is very risky. So I think that if everything remains constant, now we might see positive figures. And so far prices are doing that exact same thing. So let me zoom in and go to the daily chart. And let's start charting. Okay, so the first thing that I see is that prices are hitting a certain level right here. If I want to limit this, it's around 31. And specifically, if I want to say why, it's because right here, prices managed to fake out a couple of times and then also rebound from this area. And then look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's basically a pattern repeating every now and then. And then I have the $40,000 price area. And if just focus, guys, about me saying area, it's never like the same line. And whenever prices touch this line, it will directly do it. It's just a guidance to our analysis. So if you want to be more specific, you can do that. And this is where your area will trigger, for example. So basically, currently, what I can say that, and by the way, from the lower end, the area can be around like this. So this is the buy area, this is the sell area. So before I spoke about buying around here. So when prices were around 28, it was very risky. So we waited for confirmation. And right here, we are seeing that there is confirmation of a price uptrend around all the way to $40,000. And again, I'm talking here about a short-term setup, because talking about the long term, I would look at higher and yeah, so basically higher areas. But just talking about this area right here, this is perfect for basically a nice swing trade, opening around here and taking your profits around here. And that's specific for Bitcoin, talking around this area right there. It's gonna go right here. And when I say it's going to go, like, no one is always certain, but what you can also always do is make an educated guess. Of course, this line here is not going to be in red. It's going to be in, let me see here. This is basically my take profit area. And right here, it's going to be my stop loss. Or what you can do basically is buy more and open another position, but definitely lower your stop loss towards 28,000. 28,000 is a very, very important area. This is another very strong buy. So some people might say, hey, I don't want to lose and open around here, so prices might take my stop loss and then rebound. So you might definitely want to place a buy order around here and place a stop around 27. Although prices managed to dip all the way to 27, but again, you always want to manage your risk. That's for Bitcoin. Like, so today, what's happening? We can see a nice rebound from a $30,000 support area. Talking about head and shoulders, by the way, not the shampoo. The technical formation. It's a bit tricky, by the way. I want to see good fundamentals. So it might be like that, and prices might dip later, but let's hope this is not the case. If that was the case, and this is why prices might go all the way back to 20K, as per the article I wrote. Okay, that's for Bitcoin basically. So the trade setup is right here. If you just want to buy today, it's not a very good idea because you're already missed this trade setup. You might want to get in around here, but do place your stop loss around $33,000 just to cut your losses short and get Bitcoin at a better rate, right around $30,000. Let's go to Ether. Now, before I spoke about Ether going on a nice uptrend that was kind of stopped and halted. And on our last, or even the one before live stream, I did say that the uptrend momentum weakened for Ether right around here, instead of rebounding back up. If you notice, whenever prices reached this area and continued, so you can see a bar for one day, because unlike here where you don't see prices directly recovered within the same day, right here prices dipped below and continued below. That was the perfect opportunity to short if you are using a trader that allows you to short cryptocurrencies. right here and catch it at around 1,800. And around that area, that was a very strong buy for Ether. So I'm gonna place my strong support area. And now we are going to see if prices are going to be able to go back up and continue on their regular momentum, but I doubt. So this is a new chapter right here. I don't want to look at that previous channel, up channel. So this is a new one right here, and we hope to see Ether reaching around 2.8K, $2,800 right here. So my target would be definitely around here. I'm gonna lower my right there. I want to place it here just to catch it and make sure that prices do reach this area. So my trade setup would definitely be around here. I did send some signals to some people saying that they should buy Ether at around 1.8K. And this is specifically what happened. We are seeing a nice uptrend for Ether. Take profit would be around 2.4. First target was around 2, and then 2.4, and then 2.8. But of course, it's not going to continue bullishly like green candles all the way to 2.8. We might see some small retracements every now and then. That is part of profit taking, by the way. And recently, by the way, also, as a side note, there was an article written about JP Morgan hiring the rating on yields from staking on Ether, on the Ethereum blockchain, I mean. Yeah, so they are talking about the industry going from a 20 billion, I think. Let's see. So they are talking about the industry of staking going up to 45 billion right here. So it will go to 20 billion, and it could get also to 40 billion. So currently the staking industry is around 9 billion valued, and it's gonna reach 20. So if that happens, as per JP Morgan's analysis, that is easily doubling the price. Easily doubling the price per Ether. So I'm not gonna be very naive and say prices are directly gonna double. I'm just gonna continue on my day trading activity and just catch those price actions. So yeah, for Ether, I think if prices are going to adjust again, let me move to my 2 hours chart. Perfect. And here I'm going to place an uptrend. And let's follow this one all the way to 2.8, which is right here. So this is what's happening right now. Prices are expected to reach 2.8 all the way from 1.8. So that's a very nice trade setup. Let me see the price range. If someone from 1.8, he would a very, very nice 50%, around 50%. Let's say 40. Let's say he didn't catch it around. You guys didn't catch it at 1.8, 1.9. So it's still a very good return. That's a 45% price increase. And that's for Ether. Let's go to ADA. Let me adjust my charts real quick and go to the daily first, just to take a macro level overview of what's happening with prices. Perfect. I directly start with my trend line just to see what's happening with prices. So before, prices were going on an uptrend channel, as I said. And if we notice that price action similarities between ADA and ETH are very similar. So we did have a nice fake out that managed to throw out some traders. Although I was very sure that 1.8 for Ether was a very good buy. So here's your fake out. Fake outs, by the way, do not only occur. Here we go. This is your fake out just below the uptrend, and then it's going back up into this uptrend channel. So I must say that if the fundamentals in the crypto market remain steady, and we don't have any negative news, and the overall market starts to go back up, ADA can definitely go back towards 1.8, 1.9, or even $2. I don't want to be too optimistic. Let's set like a good target, realistic target. And I would say definitely if anyone managed to catch it at around 1.1, 1.2, this is your confirmation right here that prices are going up. I would definitely open a trade right here at 1.45, which is the current price. I would place my stop around 1.35. I'm gonna place it exactly. And my take profit would be around 1.5, 1.6. And that's a very nice setup. Let me just delimit it right here specifically. And we can see the risk reward for this one. 1.33. My take profit would be right around here. That's it. So this level around here depends on the trader's risk appetite, of course, because you should always keep in mind that this area right here in red might always happen. Okay, never say that I'm gonna buy and prices are always gonna go up. On the contrary, you should always manage your risk and know when to where to place your stop loss, and just take your loss and get out and plan again instead of just reaping and saying, why did I lost? Like everyone does in the market. So my risk reward is 2.3, not too shabby. I think it's a good setup if someone is very optimistic in the market. But at the same time, I wouldn't say it is an optimal trade setup. It is a bit risky, this one. I wouldn't advise it to anyone, but it is possible for traders who want to enter today Cardano, they want to buy it. They must do that and place a stop loss around 1.3 because prices showed weakness and they might go back down. Let's check. Let me see where to check. Let's check Ripple, XRP USD. Now for Ripple, in my previous live stream, and I did write an article, a trade setup for Ripple that is doing really well. Prices were around 60 cents, and I did place a trade setup for traders to buy around 61 cents, and currently prices are around 69, almost 70 cents. That's a very good return. Let's see how much specifically. So from almost 60 to today's prices, that's a nice 16% performance over a week. That was a very good trade setup. Now, what might happen, right? We must always forecast and not look always back. So we look back just to be able to know what might happen later on. So for Ripple specifically, the 80 cents is a very important area, okay? If you are into Ripple and XRP, you should look out for the 80 cents area. The first reason is because previously it was a very strong support level. Prices managed to fall to it and then rebound, fall back, rebound, and then fall back and then break it. lower. Now what's going to happen and what might happen is that this previous support is going to become a resistance. So right now, if I want to zoom into Ripple, I might expect that prices will basically touch or reach 80 cents and then correct. I'm not saying that they will go back lower a lot. I'm saying that they might rebound lower and adjust lower. So basically, day traders, what do? They basically look at this area and they get ready to short Ripple. If they are using brokers that allow you to short cryptocurrencies, there are many brokers, by the way. If you're looking into any brokers, we basically talk about Prime XBT. We have also a review on this broker on our channel. It's a very good broker to if you want to short cryptocurrencies. Anyway, let me zoom in now since I just looked at the one-day chart. My 4 hours chart would basically be just a regular uptrend from the 50 cents all the way to the 70 cents. So basically that's a nice uptrend. And this is basically happening in tandem with the whole market. We cannot say that Ripple now suddenly is very good or is doing wonders. Basically, the whole market is going upwards and is adjusting back from its previous crash. So we cannot say that everything is going really good, but we just hope for prices to recover. And mainly people are awaiting a $1 price for Ripple. There's something to this price, by the way. It is a very strong psychological price also for XRP. And most investors usually who bought below $1 always anticipate the $1 target. And then after the $1, they anticipate the 2 and the 3, and you know how it goes basically with psychological price areas. We also tend to look at numbers like whole numbers, which is not very good, by the way. As traders, you should always look for support and resistance areas. Anyway, for Ripple, I would definitely say that prices will continue rising towards 80 cents, and from here they might adjust heavily. So if you opened any position right around here, make sure to close it around 80 cents because there will be a heavy adjustment. If not, you can place a buy order right above it just for confirmation that prices are going to continue upwards, around 82 cents, for example, or even 84, 85. You might say that you missed 5 cents from the price, but that's nothing in regards to what you might lose. That's for Ripple. Let me go to I think BNB USD. Now Binance had an interesting formation, and I also had a nice trade setup for BNB. I think also I wrote an article about that. Let's check it out. I wrote an article about BNB where I placed a nice trade setup. Anyway, I think I mentioned it in my previous live stream as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the formation that I do on my live streams. But at the same time, some people prefer to see how I chart from scratch instead of just following what's already been there. So anyway, looking at BNB, I can see like a steady uptrend again with a very important resistance area. This is very important now. So this area right here, this is previously that was a sell area. So traders looked at this area and they were selling. So what is expected right now to happen is prices to rebound a bit lower, but following the same uptrend line. And when prices breach this area, we might place a buy order at around 320, maybe just for confirmation that prices are going back up, and a stop loss just below this area right here. So prices might do this price action like that and continue towards 330. But right now, that's number one. Number two might be like that. Okay, and both are very likely to happen. Basically, because the first thing that I'm going to talk about right now is the importance of the 310 area, where prices tended to basically adjust back lower, like what's happening right now. I'm not going to wait for hours, but you guys will notice that prices should adjust a bit lower to reach 300 and then continue back up. And those prices are called price breathers, where basically sellers just take their profit. And in order to cash out, you have to sell your Binance coins in return for your dollars or USDT or whatever. So that's another possibility for BNB. And I think that's it for today. Basically, we looked at, let's recap what we did. We looked at Bitcoin, we looked at Ether, we looked at BNB, ADA, Ripple. Okay, let's look at Uniswap as our last token for the day. And I'm not gonna keep this stream so long. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy your Sunday. So let's go to Uni. Let's see. And this is the 4 hours chart, and we can directly see how the reversal of the trend happening. How can I spot that? Basically, when you look at this downtrend right here, you would expect that prices continue to fall lower. And this is basically, this happens when you join the lower highs, I mean. Right, that, like this. And you can see how prices managed to break out of this lower trend. And by the way, there's a channel. I can see that it is a channel. I'm gonna adjust it. Here we go. Right here, right here, right here. And then this is my support, horizontal support at around $15 per unit. And notice I say around because it's never exactly. And right here was a strong buy for Uni, where prices directly jumped all the way from $18 to $21. Now that's not much, you might say, but from now on, prices are expected to start going upward. Unless prices manage to fall below this trend line. And then you might say that, hey, prices did not recover specifically. So if this happens, this is not a good comeback. But if this happens like this, and to reach $24 again, this is a nice setup for Uni. But I don't advise to buy right now. I would advise to wait for a good price adjustment towards $20 or 19.5 right here, and then buy. Yep, let me check the 1 day. So prices are trying to get away from this downtrend that happened since the beginning of June. We had a steady downtrend. And right now, this is a promising return for Uni, where we might expect prices to start going back up again to reach a price of $30. So your target should be around $30 for Uni. If you don't want to go towards $30, you can go towards 29.5 or 29. And this is where basically you as a trader start to fine tune where you want your entries and exits to be, specifically because prices don't always follow those specific prices that you put. Let's say you put a take profit around $30, prices go towards 29.8 and then go back lower, and you might have missed to take your profits. And the same thing might happen for your for your stop loss. You might place your stop loss around $15, but prices reach 14.8. You take your loss, you close your position, and then prices go back up, and then you missed your uptrend. This is why you have to always be very specific with your targets. Okay. And that's it for today. I think we had a clear view of what's happening. So just to sum up, we have a consolidation for a few tokens. We have a breakout specifically for Ethereum and for Cardano and for Uni, and for Uni as well, for Bitcoin as well, of course. For the others, that we are still waiting for that breakout to happen. And in case everything remains constant in the crypto market, your prices for the cryptocurrency for many of this week were, see the tones. Let's refresh the page. Compound was the top, rising 93%. That's a nice return. We have AVE, 46% return. And I did speak about AVE many times in the trading group. I advised people to look at AVE. And I wrote an article also about why AVE is an interesting investment. Prices rose by 50%, which is very good. We have Xinfin Network and Elrond rising 47%. ETH Classic is still rising. I have no idea why. Not sure why there's still hype for Ethereum. I'm not this big, aficionado for Ethereum, but still, like the old community, the hardcore community of Ethereum are still there. And the top losers. Let's see the top losers. For the top losers, they're not that much. Usually you would see minus 50%. So a minus 7% for Theta Fuel is nothing. Specifically, that Theta Fuel previously did wonders. Cello is fine, minus 7%, AMP minus 7%. And those coins last week were among the top gainers. So it's fine. That's just a simple price adjustment. And that's it for this week. Enjoy your Sunday, guys. If you have any questions, write them down in the comment section. Do join our Telegram group, where we basically try to answer as much as possible to all your questions. And next week, I'm going to announce a nice competition where a lucky winner is going to win our CryptoTicker premium access. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to announce it in the trading group. And enjoy your weekend. Cheers.